We drove the Toyota Yaris in its new Cross version. It comes with a brand typical hybrid system and optional all-wheel drive. Let's take a closer look. The front seats in the Yaris Cross offer good support, while standard kits such as a central armrest, a reach and rake adjustable steering wheel, and front cup holders help to make things more comfortable. The digital speedometer is located behind the multifunctional steering wheel. A head-up display is also on board. Optional in the middle trim level and standard in the highest part is the Toyota Smart Connect with a high-resolution 9-inch multimedia display. The infotainment system offers cloud-based map updates, real-time traffic information, and wireless mobile phone connection via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There is also an inductive charging device which is very good. The Japanese also offers practical storage space above and below the air conditioning system. At no extra cost, the basic variant of the Toyota Yaris Cross is tested with a 4.2-inch multi-information color display which can be used, for example, to operate the digital radio. My T Connect services provides functions such as parking position finders, driving data, inspection reminders, or pedestrian navigation. A 7-inch multimedia display, the Toyota Touch audio system, smartphone integration, a hands-free system, and a USB interface are all included in the South package for €1,100. The display has crystal clear graphics and is a lot more responsive than previous Toyota media setups. There are 4 physical buttons along the right-hand side that make it easy to navigate between the home screen and your smartphone connection, while the other 2 are for volume control. With a list price starting at €22,260, the price of the Toyota is only one of €2,000 higher than that of the competition. For the price, you get an excellently equipped mini SUV with automatic air conditioning and the full Toyota safety assistance package. In addition to an emergency braking system with pedestrian and cyclist protection, this also includes a crossing lane keeping, lane tracking, and high beam assist. An intelligent cruise control system is also permanently on board. The Toyota Touch multimedia system with an 8-inch touchscreen joins the next level of equipment. A quick glance inside the cabin and it's easy to tell that the Cross model is part of the Yaris family. The switchgear and fascia are virtually identical. However, there are a few silver and piano black trim accents that help to enhance an otherwise plain-looking interior. The seats on the front are quite supportive, and the central armrest and a rake adjustable steering wheel and front cup holders make things more comfortable. Storage will be better since there is not much space to keep oddments secure in the cabin. The autonomous emergency brake uses radar to detect cars, cyclists, pedestrians, and other obstacles even in poor light. The sporty leather seats of the higher trims, with decorative stitching in yellow and gold, not only look good, but also offer good seating comfort with sufficient lateral support. With the exception of the lumbar support, the seat is adjusted manually. room for the feet of the rear passengers is really small. Entry to the rear of the cross cabin is more awkward than it should be due to the tight door openings and sloping roofline. While you'll find carrying 3 adult passengers in the back is asking a bit much of the small SUV. It shouldn't be too much of an issue if you are just ferrying kids to and fro, however. If the middle seat is not occupied, the rear seat backrest can be folded down to form an armrest with an integrated cup holder. At the same time, it also serves as a pass-through to the trunk. If you are prioritizing load capacity for the Yaris Cross, then you'll probably want to go for a front-wheel drive model, which provides almost 400 liters of luggage space versus the all-wheel drive version 320 liters. That's about 80 liters less. More expensive models include a false boot floor that sits flush with the load lip and back seats. Rivals have the Yaris Cross beat in this area, through the Ford Puma offering a 456-liter boot and the Renault Captur providing 422 liters, although the Ace-Up, its sleeve, is its sliding rear bench, meaning you can push capacity to 536 liters if you need it. No other competitor is as economical and clean as the full hybrid engine in the Toyota. The engine of the Yaris Cross is officially called 1.5-liter VVT-IE and enlivens the crossover with a system output of 116 horsepower and 141 Nm of torque. The driving performance is passable. We accelerate from 0 to 100 in 11.2 seconds and a top speed of 170 km an hour is possible. The combination of a 1.5-liter 92 horsepower 3-cylinder naturally aspirated engine and an 80 horsepower electric motor really stands out in terms of efficiency, drivability, and versatility. There are many reasons for the efficiency and versatility of the Yaris Cross hybrid engine. One is the 1.5-liter vacuum, which works with a thermal efficiency of 40%, an efficiency that is otherwise found at best in diesel engines. A second is the clever hybrid technology that Toyota has perfected over the course of several decades. It is responsible for the fact that the petrol engine can stand off in many driving situations, especially in city traffic. This became visible in the consumption, which repeatedly falls below 4 liters in the test. On average, just under 5 liters are realistic, even in the model with the electric all-wheel drive system all-wheel drive I. This is possible because in normal operation only the front wheel drives are driven, and second, if the worst comes to the worst, the rear wheels are involved in the drive work via an electronic motor with almost 5 horsepower. This is not enough power to be able to cope with really rough terrain, but it is good enough to noticeably improve grip and traction in poor road conditions or in loose surfaces. Let's see how the Yaris drives. As is typical for SUVs, you sit comfortably elevated. One reason for this is the 30 mm more ground clearance, which makes the Toyota Yaris Cross the king of the dirt road. If you need more off-road capability, you can use the optional all-wheel drive. The equipment variant Adventure also underlines the ambitious visually among other things with an under-ride car. Despite the increased ride height of the Cross model over the regular Yaris Super Mini, it remains pretty nimble through the corners too. There is not much lean, which is relatively low. 1265 kilograms curb weight helps with overall efficiency and performance. Toyota has identified that Yaris Cross buyers will most probably live in more built-up urban areas, so it's important that the compact SUV is comfortable and easy to pilot around town. Has it succeeded? In part, yes, with the Cross able to deliver the benefits of smooth electric power up to 50 km an hour and the petrol engine barely noticeable as it kicks it in to increase the pace. It's a good setup for driving in stop-start traffic, and during our own test, we found the system made use of its battery power as much as possible. The Cross also shares the production line in Valenciennes, France, with the Yaris small car. 150,000 copies are to be produced here every year. The small SUV was specially developed for Europe, and in addition to its robust design, scores with an intelligent all-wheel drive and economical hybrid technology. Although the Yaris Cross has larger dimensions than its small car counterpart, it remains pleasingly compact with an exterior length of 4 meters 18 centimeters. The Yaris Cross hybrid, with its new 4th generation hybrid system, is so refined after so many years of development that is simply one of the best. This consists of a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder with 92 horsepower, which works according to the Atkinson principle. The intake valves close variably depending on engine speed and load, which increases thermal efficiency by up to 40%. The combustion engine is supported by a 59 kW electric motor. The system total output is 116 horsepower. The electricity generated during recuperation is stored in a lithium-ion battery with a capacity of 4.3 kWh. This means that the Toyota Yaris Cross can only drive comparatively short distances in one go, but with intelligent modes can reach speeds up to 170 km an hour. In the long run, the operation of this system is designed as a constant change between the electric motor and the combustion engine, or the joint work of both drive units, with the electric motor offering 141 Nm of torque. Tractive power optimally compensating for the inherent torque weakness of the Atkinson unit in the lower speed range in the test. The fact that all this works very harmoniously and smoothly speaks for the many years of experience of the Japanese in this field. Nevertheless, the combustion engine of the Toyota Yaris Cross is clearly audible when it is cold. The driving performance allows a proper swimming in traffic. Inclines, on the other hand, need to be taken with momentum. The view of the fuel consumption is very pleasing. Consumption in the test leveled off at 5.2 liters of super benzene per 100 kilometers. Relaxed rolling in intercity traffic even easily conjures up a 4 in front of the decimal point. In the end, it doesn't matter that the new city SUV can drive a long distance purely electrically. Anyone who has their foot on the accelerator under control simply rides along in heavy traffic and lets the Yaris Cross recuperate whenever possible, covers a considerable proportion of the route electrically. Thanks to the absorbing suspension of the new Toyota Yaris, this is possible both in and out of town on routes that have not been seen by road builders for a long time. The ride comfort in the Yaris Cross is a different matter. It all starts off reasonably well at slower speeds. But put your foot down and you'll notice how the small SUV struggles to maintain its composure. Rougher sections of tarmac make the Cross a rather uncomfortable drive, while there is a fair degree of cabin noise to put up with too. Who would have thought a few years ago that we would see particular SUVs in the Aston Martin, Ferrari and Lotus lineups, or witness an all-electric Porsche receiving such a warm reception from driving enthusiasts. More mainstream manufacturers, such as Toyota, are also expanding their product portfolios, with the Japanese automaker beginning to introduce its range of new BZ-badged all-electric vehicles and eking out extra value from its existing model lines. The entry-level trim provides a decent level of kit, including 16-inch alloy wheels, adaptive cruise control, a reversing camera, smartphone connectivity, and automatic air conditioning. Comfort, Business Edition, Team Deutschland, and Adventure Edition trim levels make up the rest of the range, with Toyota expecting the design specification to be the most popular. If you didn't know you needed a slightly higher riding Super Mini in your life, then chances are you will have at least noticed that the increasing number of compact SUVs on the road, seen mostly in and around town, on shorter urban commutes, or competing in the hustle and bustle of the daily school run. Buyers have a simple choice when it comes to the engine setup for the Yaris Cross. There's just a single 1.5-liter 3-cylinder petrol hybrid unit aligned with a small battery and electric motor to deliver a total of 116 brake horsepower. A CVT automatic transmission is standard throughout the range with no manual gearbox available, although there is the option of front or all-wheel drive. Toyota has waited a long time to enter the mini SUV segment. The debut of the Yaris Cross suggests that the long maturation process is bearing fruit. The crossover variant of the Yaris manages to stand out from the big pack, with an extroverted design, a highly efficient hybrid engine, and the option of electric all-wheel drive. When it comes to space and price, the Toyota is not the best, but it is very good when it comes to standard equipment.